Oops, I got it. Hello, people. It is Laura Ward, and I am teaching a sort of flexibility and Laban class together so that we can find movement in our tissues, balance our bodies, balance our nervous systems, blah, 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 all the things. And I have a person in my house and someone in the Zoom room. Look at this, we're expanding. How exciting. So we're going to start moving in the vertical plane. So I'm just going to say the opposite. So, but left will be right and right will be left. So we're going to go high right, high left, low right, low left. So what we're doing right now is we're hitting the points, but we're hitting them with both sides of our body. So we're going high right, high left, low right, low left. One more time, high right, high left, low right, low left. So let me just talk about what is also happening with this. We've got our up and our down, and we've got our side, and we get this weight shift going on. So we get this great extra bit of like reach and reach and reach and reach. So there's all of these things, up, down, side. That is what happens in the vertical. We have our up, down, and we have our side. All right. Now we're going to hit all the points with one hand. So we're going to cross our bodies. We're going to go high right, high left, low right, low left, high right, high left, low right, low left. And then we're going to try it on the other side, crossing over. Or let's start open actually. High right, high left, low right, low. Oh, I'm saying the wrong ones because I'm oppositing it. So high right, high left, low right, high right, high left, low right. So those are all of our points in the vertical plane. And just so that you know, because I think we're actually going to do this icosahedron. She's been learning it. You can learn it. It's super fun. And it really gets your body moving all these different ways. So it's hydrating tissue. It's spiraling in the joints. It's doing all the good stuff so that we have balanced movement for our nervous system and for our tissue. And like when we do those crossing over patterns, it changes the way that our brains organize. Okay, so just to say, if we were doing the icosahedron, if I was doing it, let's say with my right hand, in quotes, the first point is there, and then I'm going down here, and then I'm going here, and then I'm going there. If you can learn this pattern, that it goes this way all the time, starts high and open, goes down, crosses, goes up, and opens back. Those will be the first 3 points of each section of that. So if it was on the other side of our body, we'd start here and then go down and then cross and then up, open, down, cross, up. So what I'm teaching today is fairly advanced space theory. But both of the people in my room are dancer mover people. So and I feel like we can take this on by just moving the space. And then it's like, oh, eventually we understand it and it all makes sense. But don't worry if it doesn't make any sense at all. Just moving it will be good enough for now. So now we're going to move the 2 different sides of our body. So we're going to do our right side and left side, or left side and right side. And we're going to go in the horizontal plane. So if you imagine the horizontal plane like a big table, I'm going to go to, and I'll just do the opposite. And I'm saying the opposite. So me and Julia get the beauty of doing something different than what we're actually really doing. I'm saying something different. We're going to go to right forward, left forward, middle. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're going to go left forward, middle, right forward, middle, left back, middle, right back, middle, left forward, middle, right forward, middle, left back, middle, right back, middle. Excellent. So you want to have that weight shift. Now that weight shift side has some forward backward to it. Left forward, middle, right forward, middle, left back, middle, right back, middle. And you can come forward a little bit more so that you actually have space to really do this. Yeah, well, we'll just do it a couple more times so you can feel it. Okay. Left forward, middle, right forward, middle, left back, middle, right back. So it's like you're skating forward, and then back. But the dominant pull is side. So we're doing this again with both hands. So we're splitting our body. Now we're going to do it with one hand. So we're going to go left forward, middle, right forward, middle, right back, middle. There you go. You might want to back up now so you can see again. Left back, middle, left forward, middle, right, forward, middle, left, back. And I'm switching my legs when I go to the back. And then that was right, back, left, back. Let's try it on the other side. So in our horizontal, when we're moving through the icosahedron, we're actually going to be starting open and then crossing over. Is that right? I think so. So we're going to go other side, right, forward, middle, left, forward, middle. Left, back, middle, right, back, middle, right, forward, middle, left, forward, middle, left, back, middle, right, back, middle. And now just to keep Julia and me sane, we're going to turn around and actually do this so that we're saying the right thing. So it's the same for you guys. So we're going to start with right, right, forward, middle, crossing front, left, forward, middle. We're going to change our legs, cross back, left, back, middle, right, back, middle. One more time. Right, forward, middle, cross front, left, forward, middle, cross back, left, back, middle, right, back, middle. That was with our right hand. Now the same thing on the left. Left, forward, middle, cross, right, forward, that's right, forward, middle, right, back, middle, left, back, middle, left, forward, middle, cross front, cross back, and then back corner. Yeah, so you could imagine that you're in a big table. We've got a horizontal side-sideness, and we add just a little bit of front back. You're in a big rectangular table. So I'm going to use this icosahedron as my visual, my favorite little thing to hold on to. And I like that we're wearing matching outfits pretty much, me and Mary. All right, so here are these 4 points, these 2 points on top and these 2 points on bottom are the vertical plane. So here is the vertical plane. Here, high right, high left, low right, low left. Here's the horizontal plane, right? So if I went into the middle, it's there. These 2 points. And then the last one we haven't done yet is the sagittal plane, the front back. And it's the kind of thing like layering in this information. It's kind of heady stuff. So we want to allow our body to take it in and then also let it land in our brains slowly.
Laura, can I ask a quick question since you got the model out?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So I'll say I've loved everything when you did the other video on this, it's helped so much. But you know, the groups of 3, let's just say high, right, back, low, left, forward, middle. Does that form a perfect shape on that model? Like one of those triangles that you see? Is it one of those?
Okay, so here, if we look at it, I'll say that this is high right. High right, here's back low, and there's left forward middle. The inside of that would be, it does form a pretty perfect triangle within that. Okay. But our bodies aren't like that. So it's not going to be perfect triangles really. And there's different ways that we can also move through there. So now that I've confused you with the horizontal plane, just so you know, the horizontal starts crossed, then it opens, and then it goes around the back. So our first horizontal point will be crossed. You'll get this in a minute. Let's turn around. Let's go back to sagittal. So sagittal doesn't matter right or left which one you're doing. We have forward low and forward high, backward high, and backward low. Forward low, forward high, backward low. Try it with the other side of the body. It's still the same points. Forward low, forward high, backward low. That's it. Forward low, forward high, backward high. Good. Backward low. One more time. Forward low, forward high, backward low. So we want to consider that when I'm going back, that my pelvis, my headlights are going to stay facing front. Or if I go forward, here's my forward low, here's my forward high, here's my backward high. If I open out, then I'm actually going to high right. So I want to make sure that my hips are both facing front. And also as I go down, if I turn, then I've gone to right low. I want it to be behind me. So a lot of times with Laban work, we talk about the key to the movement being our pelvis. So our pelvis is the key of that is front. If I move over there, that is front. If I'm there, for me, that is front. And that's how I decide where all of these points are for me. If it can change. You could do a different key. You could do a room key. But then you're not going to have the same relationship in your body to all the space. You're going to be relating to the room instead. All right. let's do moving through in different ways. So we're going to take the vertical plane now, and we're going to hit high right, and we're going to cross down to low left. So we're opening up high right, yep, crossing down low left, high right, low left. Good. So make sure for you that you're not going forward and backward at all, Mary, and down. It's really sideways. So we're in the vertical plane and then just taking it down. Yeah. And then let's try the other side. High left to low right, high left. And so we could say that the movement of my arm from this point up here to that point down there is just moving in a straight line, so that my hand is kind of going through and my joints are adjusting. Nice kinetic chain of movement. Yeah, that's it. Good. So that's one way. I could also cross on the top and open to the bottom. Yes, starting to feel it, right? Plus it's really warm in my house right now. Everyone's taking their clothes off all around. Awesome. Let's go with the right hand crossing to high left, which is really our left hand crossing to high right. So we're going to cross up, then we're going to open on the bottom. My other hand is working as a counter tension, crossing high, opening low, crossing high, opening low, crossing high, opening low. Same thing on the other side, crossing up and opening down. So here's my point down here. Here's my point up there. The other part of my body is counterbalancing. So yeah, on your down, bend your knees and take it low. Yeah, so instead of letting your foot pop off, just stay, there you go. Yes. Nice. Okay, so we've moved through that. Now we're going to go through the horizontal plane in a similar way. So we'll go left forward middle, crossing to right back middle. So we're going to go left forward middle. We're going to cross back, right back middle. We're in this middle. If we were on the table, we'd be hitting through opposite corners. And we're trying to keep our hips front again, forward and back. Now we're going to cross front, same thing, same arm, crossing forward and then opening back, crossing forward. And you can't really see it in the video because my video is a little bit low, but this is all happening at the same horizontal level. Now you get to pick up your other leg if you want. You can make it much more dancey and exciting by extending the other leg out. Yes, beautiful. Shake it out for a second and just feel the difference between the two sides. And then let's do it on the other side. So we're going to go open front, cross back. So reaching right forward middle, crossing left back middle, right forward middle, left back middle, right forward middle, left back middle, right forward middle, left back middle. Now we're going to cross the other side, left forward middle, opening, right back middle. And again, here's where you can really get that leg in. If you feel like having your modern dance moment, reach it out, reach it out, reach it out, reach it out. Good. Shake it all out for a second. Letting it start to percolate, integrate. So what we did in the horizontal plane was we moved from this front corner to this back corner, and then this front corner to this back corner. And the same thing in the vertical, high corner to low corner, high corner to low corner. Yeah, so when we're talking again with like right or left, we're talking about the space around us. If we're doing these scales, we're not talking about the body part. We could layer in the body part with another level. I got a little fighter here, ready for action. All right, so let's do the sagittal plane. We're going to go forward low to back high, and we'll do it. It'll be our right, your left. Taking it forward low to backward high, forward low, backward high, and keeping those hips pointing front, forward low, backward high. And you're going to plie, get low. So this is your moment to get that lunge in there, forward low, backward high. And then we're going to switch it to the other hand, same thing, forward low to backward high. And imagine that you're traveling as directly from that forward low path to the backward high path as possible. Forward low, backward high, forward low, backward high. We can also go forward high to backward low. So let's go to our first side again. Forward high, which for you guys is probably your left. backward low, forward high, backward low, forward high, backward low, and then switch it to the other side. Forward high, backward low, forward high, backward low. So to really get into backward low, like I got to do some maneuvering in my body, right? Either that or that. This is the one that feels better to me, kind of hinging. All right, last one, forward high, to backward low. Shake it all out, let it go. So yeah, we could be talking about a lot of different things in Laban, but we're really sticking with space. Maybe I'm going to stay in space for like another whole month and then work a little bit more with effort after that, or bring the effort back in. Space is so easy for me to talk about and do. So that's why I'm sticking with my strength. Effort is much more challenging, especially when you can't use music on the internet because it's all copyright. Okay, so we're going to put these together. We'll put them together as the triangles of each one. And I think that for the interests, oh, I may have to kick the kitty out of the room. She's in full attack mode. Which is not conducive to teaching. All right, so we're gonna face the other way so that we're all saying the same thing. And I'm gonna start with my right hand. So I'm in the vertical plane. I'm going high right, and then to back low, crossing left forward middle. Let's just stay with that triangle for a few times. High right, back low, crossing left forward middle. So we have the first point in the vertical, the first point in the sagittal, and the first point in the horizontal. Let me be more clear. First point in the vertical plane, first point in the sagittal plane, first point in the horizontal plane. Yeah, there you go. Let's try that on the other side. High left, back low, right forward middle. High left, back low, right forward middle. High left, back low, right forward middle. So I want to talk about one more thing with this. So each of these scales, like if I do the scale in the octahedron, up, down, side, side, it's a lot of central movement, coming to center, coming back in, or peripheral movement. I could do it up. I could slice down and stay in the periphery. I can slice, I can stay in. So that's all octahedron movement. The icosahedron, what we want to do is let our body really shape. So as I'm moving from one high point, this is my high right, but looks like high left, and I want to take it down to back low. I want my body to adjust, and then it comes around so that my torso is getting all of this like shaping, all of this really three-dimensional movement as I move from plane to plane. So the beauty of that is that your organs are now getting a chance to really adjust, right? Most people have really learned to be very stable in their torsos. And so we walk around like this, right? We don't have much of this happening, right? We don't have a lot of contralateral body patterning. And in fact, if I walk with that contralateral body patterning, like if I really do it, it's like, oh, either I'm like a gangster or I'm on the runway, right? Like who walks like that? Nobody, or very few people. Not a lot of white people. So getting that contralateral movement, but as we're coming from one to the next, we're letting our body really shape around interior. So let's go to the next 3 points. So we had high right, back low, left forward middle. Now we're in our second one, low right, back high. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, second set. Okay, low right, back high, right forward middle. So I want to get my low right, back high, let my body really go off center. Low left, back high, left forward middle, low left, back high, left forward middle. It's really weird for me to teach them in single triplets, but it's helpful. So let's do them together. Let's do the first triple with the second triple. So we have high right, we adapt. So I could say that my elbow is going to lead the way to back low. And then again, I could let my elbow lead the way to left forward middle. My elbow can lead the way to low right. My elbow and shoulder can lead the way. And then again, elbow, shoulder. So my initiation can come from a different location as opposed to I'm going straight out of my body. I can go, oh, I'm adjusting in these ways with my torso. We're going to try this in a chair before we're done, which is super fun. All right, let's do the other side 3 points. High right, back low, left forward middle, low right, back high, right forward middle. Okay, I'm saying the wrong words. That was left, because now I've done it both sides. So pardon my horrible languaging. Try it again. High left, back low, right forward middle, low left, back high, left forward middle. There we go. I only said one of them wrong, but it's confusing enough. If I misspeak, it gets even more exciting and confusing. All right, so let's add the one after that. So da, 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 da. Then we're going to be here, there, and there. So let's just do the 3 points. We have low left, forward high, right back middle. Low left, forward high, right back middle. One more time. Low left, forward high, right back middle. Try it on the other side. Low right, forward high, left back middle. Low right, forward high, left back middle. Last one. Low right. I could cross front or back. Forward high, left back middle. How does it go when I actually do it? Let's stick them all together and we'll figure out how I do it. So what I was saying before is like our first point in the vertical is like this. Our first point in the horizontal, then second, third. In the sagittal, it's a somersault going forward. And our first point is back low. So in the sagittal, this is the way that the whole thing is moving. Okay, we're adding the first, the second, and the third triangles. High right, they're actually called chords. Back low, left forward middle. Low right, back high, right forward middle. Low left, forward high, right back middle. Great, let's do it again on that side. High right, back low, left forward middle. Low right, back high, right forward middle. Low left, oh, I am crossing back. Forward high, right back middle. Let's add it to the second side. High left, back low, right forward middle. Low left, back high, left forward middle. Low right, forward high, left back middle. One more time on that side. High left, back low, right forward middle. Low left, back high, left forward middle. Low right, forward high, left back middle. Okay, then we come to my favorite set, and it's actually coming from this place and we go up to that place. So we get back into our vertical. We come from that horizontal place. This is at our 9th point or 8th point, 9, 10, 11, 12, no, 10, 11, 12. So we have here, we go high left, forward low, left back middle, and we come back to high right. So we're coming from this point, we're gonna hit high left, it's so exciting, forward low, left back middle, we come back to high right. One more time. We're coming from right back middle to high left, forward low, left back middle to high right. Same thing on the other side, those last ones. So we're going to be in this open position, and then we're going to cross from that position up to here. So we're in left back middle to high right, forward low, right back middle to high left. Starting in left back middle to high right, forward low, right back middle back to high left. We're at the beginning. All right, let's put it all together. Yay. How you doing? Okay, so it's really funny teaching backwards. But I was teaching online, actually. I was teaching on Zoom for Manhattan School of Music, teaching them this stuff, and a few different places, I think, that I was guest teaching. And I was like, okay, how can we do this now? Such an adjustment to teach movement in space on a Zoom.
I bet. Just go, Laura. I've been practicing it. I'm with you.
You're kicking ass. She's learned this full scale. All right, high right, back low, left forward middle, low right, back high, right forward middle, low left, forward high, right back middle, high left, forward low, left back middle to high right. Let's do that side 2 more times. Actually, you know what would be fun? We're going to do this. We're going to do it with a metronome, so that we'll take 4 counts to go to each place. Hopefully, let me turn it up. We can see if you can hear it or not and adjust accordingly. Even if we can hear it and you can watch us, that would be fine. Where's my metronome? There it is. That's too slow. Let's speed it up a little. Can you hear it? I wonder if I put it down, if you'll be able to hear it. Still? Okay. We're going to take 4 counts to go everywhere. We have high right, 2, 3, 4, back low, 2, 3, 4, cross it over, 2, 3, 4, low right, 2, 3, 4, back high, 2, 3, 4, right forward middle, 2, 3, 4, low left, 2, 3, 4, forward high, 2, 3, 4, right back middle, 2, 3, 4, high left, 2, 3, 4, forward low, 2, 3, 4, left back middle, back to high right, 1, 2, 3, 4, keep it going, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, fun, right? So if I was working with my company, or when we've done it where it's like 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. We've shifted the counts all over the place and had different people doing them at different times. So much fun. Let's try the other side. We've got our metronome, high left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, back low. 2, 3, 4, right forward middle. 2, try to take all the counts. Low left. 2, 3, 4, back high. 2, 3, 4, left forward middle. 2, 3, 4, low right. 2, 3, 4, forward high. 2, 3, 4, left back middle. 2, 3, 4, high right. 2, 3, 4, forward low. 2, 3, 4, right back middle. 2, 3, 4, high left. We're going to keep it going. 2, 3, 4, back low. 2, 3, 4, right forward middle. 2, 3, 4, low left. 1, 2, 3, 4, back high. 2, 3, 4, left forward middle. 2, 3, 4, low right. 2, 4, forward high. 2, 4, left back middle. 2, 4, high right. 2, 4, forward low. 2, 4, right back middle. 2, 4, high left. Cool. Yay. Awesome. So let's try this with chairs. Wait 1 second. I'm going to grab a couple of chairs. Here you go. We'll do this facing front. I'm not going to say the sides. We can just mirror each other so that I just won't say right or left. You can just copy what we're doing and we can be all in chairs. So it's interesting. I may mess it all up, but it should be fun. And it's also to work with people that don't have access to everything, right? Like, you can't, maybe people's knees hurt, they can't get down on the floor or whatever. We can still do a lot of stuff. Yeah. So we're going to go starting, going up, back low, crossing over, taking it down, back high, opening it out, crossing down, forward high, opening to the back horizontal, and favorite point, forward low, crossing back, back to the vertical. Let's go alternating sides, other side, up, taking it back low, crossing over front, side low, back high, open to the side, crossing side low, forward high, open to the back, crossing back to the vertical, taking it down to the front, crossing back. Oh, I'm messing it all up. I got messed up there. Let's try that side one more time. Oh, it's so easy to run amok when you just change a couple of things. Maybe it wasn't so wrong. Going back up and to the back, crossing front, taking it down, back high, open to the front, side low, forward high, opening it up, side high, forward low, crossing to the back, opening it back up. Yeah, right? How is that? Yeah?
Good.
Any questions?
No, I'm just zoning out, just flowing.
Zoning and flowing, perfect. I feel like it's a great way for it to land because you just let it happen. And then eventually your body goes, oh, I don't need to think where I'm going next. I just know the next point. And then you can integrate it so you know all the points and all the stuff. But I'm just going to show you for fun what this looks like in terms of motif. So there's symbols for this. Which ones are they? I think it's the blue. Yeah. Okay. So here are the symbols. And they're not going to be in order because, well, this is the symbols for all the horizontals. So the notch is going to mean it's either forward or backward. So this would be, if I hold it like that, right, forward, middle. The dot in the middle, or if the notch is going down, it's going to be backwards. If the notch is going up, it's going to be forward. So this would be, hold on. There we go. This would be, this one is forward middle, this one is backward middle. And they're two separate points. So this would be left forward middle or right forward middle if it's for you guys, left for me. And then the opposite. So that is a whole diameter in between from one place to another. So there's 4 of those. Those are the 4 points of the horizontal plane. This is the sagittal plane. Hold on.
I'm glad
Okay,
you
this
didn't
is-
start with those.
What's that?
I'm glad you didn't start with those.
No, this is like way intense. So,
Yeah.
and you learn it simply, but I'm just showing it. So just to introduce it, there's an idea. So
Yeah.
here's the right low and left low. So the fact that it's darked out means it's low. So these are in the vertical plane. Right low, left low. And then right high, left high. You're learning from like deep inside as opposed to the basic way forward. But welcome to the battlefield of brain elasticity. So here, this is dark. The notch is in the bottom, so it's back low. This is back high. Forward low, forward high. So yeah, we know, and it doesn't matter if you remember any of this. In fact, it would be very hard to remember, but just to know that there's these other layers of it as well. All right, so let's actually finish this with some stretching in the chair. So because it moves through the planes. And so we're gonna do, I'll move forward slightly. Actually, I'm gonna back up just so I stay in screen. So we're gonna open up. If I open my legs wide, there you go, open out. What plane is this? I've got my up down, I got my side side. So it's the vertical. If I'm through here, it's the horizontal. If I'm going here, it's the sagittal, like a forward roll, sagittal and up, right? So here's a way of understanding the planes in movement, even from a seated position. So opening out, this is my vertical, think Vitruvian man. Even though he's out to the side, maybe his arms are up a little bit, but it's that expression of the X of our body. And really the vertical plane, like if we're doing it specifically, it's gonna have more length than width. But when we're sitting, it's gonna have a lot more width. So this exercise, this little stretch exercise, we're gonna go to the side, then we're gonna turn so that we're actually in our sagittal. You're gonna drop your arm down, and then you're gonna circle your arm up to go back. And then you're gonna open it and spiral around, pick up your back foot, look at your toes. And then you open out through the horizontal. So we start, this is actually vertical as we do our side stretch. We turn and drop it down into the sagittal. And then we come up, we're still in the sagittal. And we're gonna open across through the horizontal, spiraling, pick up the back foot, and then spiral opening, serving all the sandwiches. Side stretch. I'm lengthening out and flexing that foot. And then I put that foot on the floor and I turn my pelvis. So I've shifted into the sagittal. I'm gonna come up and arch back, opening my chest and lungs, let that arm circle all the way around, and then move through the horizontal and spiral, lift up the back leg, serving the sandwiches. So we're actually cheating a little bit because we are we're going from one plane to the next. And then our last part has some sagittal with the horizontal, but it's just one way of really thinking of how can we really three-dimensionally move our bodies. All right, so side stretch. We turn our pelvis. That makes this into sagittal movement. We come back, opening up, open, open, and then we can cross through the horizontal and spiral, pick up the back leg, and serve the sandwiches back through the horizontal. Side stretch, turn into the sagittal, take it down, come back up, still in the sagittal. Then as we open out, we take the arm through the horizontal. We bend the back leg, which is actually in the sagittal, and then we open the arm back up through the horizontal. Yeah. Then if we want to do like some really spinally stuff, really sagittal, just curling down, reaching out and opening up. Coming through the top, really vertical, down and forward and up, sagittal movement. So any kind of somersaulty, any kind of arch and curl is sagittal. We're not really working side side, we're working upper versus lower, forward, back. Yeah, and then if we want to spiral, we're spiraling. Our spiraling would really be through the horizontal, spiraling through the horizontal. A lot of side stretching is through the vertical plane. So you could look in like, okay, if I do a sun salutation, first thing, here I am in the vertical plane, and then I'm opening through the vertical plane, but I'm diving forward into the sagittal. Then I lift my head, still sagittal, drop my head, step a foot forward or lift it up, still in the sagittal. Like I have to add the spirals. So, I mean, so looking at a yoga system, depending on people's training, if they're not adding all of those spirals in there, they're missing so much movement, especially for the organs, you know, all the things. So it's like, oh, we could be upside down, we could be vertical, you know, we could be standing up, we could be on the floor, on our sides. All these different things are the way of looking at this work and then taking it steps deeper. so that we're bringing it in and integrating it. Yeah. So further questions, any needs, any desires?
I have some
Good luck.
thoughts.
Sorry.
I'm
Julie
gonna
was
take
here.
off I'm gonna unheadphone myself. Although actually the last time I did that, it didn't work. I'm just gonna give you a headphone so you can hear as well.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sharing
Laura, I
is
agree. I love this system, and I don't understand why I'm 25 years into movement to know about it. Like, why isn't it under, where is it from? Is this European? Like,
Yes.
America hasn't
It's a
come
really
up yet?
quick
Like,
history
what?
lesson. Yeah. So Rudolf Laban was born in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Like, I think now it's like Bosnia-Herzegovina, where he was born. And he grew up with a military father. So he was seeing all the different dances of different neighborhoods, because the military was like looking out at the world and seeing, oh, those people are good movers. We want good movers in our military. And a lot of people joined the military because the military pageantry was so interesting. So like, this is one reason that like dance and movement are like, somebody who can move well is going to be able to be a good soldier. Somebody who can dance with the group is going to be able to fight with his people, right? So his dad was involved with all this military pageantry. Rudolf Laban grew up seeing all of that. And he was also of an artistic mind. So at some point he was like in Paris studying art. He didn't go the route of his father, like that was far too organized and structured and rigid for him. But he was traveling around a lot, seeing different types of movement. So he started to develop the system of looking at movement. Now, he was also in Munich in the 30s. Well, he was there a few times. He was in Monte Verita in Switzerland right around like just past the turn of the century, like 2012, 2013. He was in Zurich when Dada was happening. And was he in Zurich? All the people that were running from the war, you know. So he's been exposed to all these different art things in Munich when it was a Kunststadt. But I want to say that he did not develop the system alone. There were a lot of people, like there were a lot of things happening at the same time in people's thinking. So you can look at art, you can look at Kandinsky, you can look at music, you can look at Stravinsky, all the Inskys, pretty much, all the stuff is happening, right? And people are moving around through Europe and seeing these different things. So there's color theory, there's space theory happening. And if you look at like esoteric stuff, this is also within like coming from Plato and like mathematics, the Platonic solids, and like even Aleister Crowley, and there was like the Esoteric Order of the Golden Dawn. At one point, Laban was one of the heads of the Esoteric Order of the Golden Dawn. So, everyone's doing, and a lot of that was like tacking onto yoga and yogic breathing and like those kind of practices. So then he's alive and following movement throughout the Industrial Revolution. There's also other people doing this, like Steiner, there's eurythmy, there's a bunch of different forms that were all happening at the same time. And at this time in history, most people looked at each other and said, they're doing something like me. I don't want to know anything about it, right? Like, I'm doing the real thing, and that's bullshit. I mean, I feel like it's only now in movement are people starting to actually integrate all the systems and go, oh, there's some good stuff from everything, or actually that's a lot like what I'm doing. Wow. So, but at that time, like people were really splitting off more. But there were people that studied with him, like Mary Wigman, Kurt Jooss. He had these Laban schools that were popping up all over Europe. And he was also really into, like, a lot of them were into nudism, vegetarianism, like they were the hippies. Like, we need to get away from the Industrial Revolution because it's making people too mechanical and really come into our bodies. And like the sounds of the cities, all those things. So that's where he came up, grew up. And then he was in England. After the Nazis came to power, he left Germany. And there's some questions about he should have left sooner, blah, 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 but he didn't. He was actually supposed to lead the movement for, I think, the 1936 Olympics. And I think Goebbels saw him and saw that he had too much power and they didn't let him do it. So he had created this big, huge movement choir and then had to leave. So anyway, but then he ended up working all over the place, ended up in London, doing all of this, working with factory workers and doing recuperative movement. So there's this like ideas of exertion and recuperation. Like if you're doing this all day, you might need to do this. All these different layers. And then Irmgard Bartenieff was a German woman, and she studied with him and brought the system to the US. And so she added all these extra parts. Like she was a performer, a dancer, all those things, but she became a physical therapist who did really revolutionary work with polio patients, with children who had movement issues. And her whole thing was like, activate by play. Let's make it enjoyable so people want to participate. Let's get them in. So she was amazing. And she added this whole body level to the Laban work. So he was very much with effort, which we haven't done a whole lot of, but some. But all of this geometric space was his stuff. Like that's what he was working on with a lot of other people. He had 2 women that he was living with, one who was his wife. He had kids with both of them, living with them both at the same time. I mean, it was a very different lifestyle. I mean, he had tons of support from other people working his systems. And he was also like struggling all the time. But he was putting on these huge like esoteric movement choirs all over the place, had different people doing them. So this is where this stuff is coming from.
Well, thank you for the brief history.
I know it's tiny little
Wow,
history.
how do you remember all that?
Well, because I've studied this my whole life for 20,
Yeah.
over 25 years. Yeah.
I
Laura?
just went, what?
All right, go ahead, Julia, please.
Oh, I was just saying, I just went to Circus Arts I had gone like maybe 8 years ago, and I just went to the banana, or what's it called? Not banana, the hammock.
Yeah, the silk, the hammock,
class.
the hammock banana.
And
You heard it here, folks.
and yeah, so like obviously with the aerial opportunity, you're able to move in all these directions and invert yourself and everything. But I was coming to this class wanting to remind my body, like not have that be an isolated event where I was
Right.
using my body in all of these
Right.
weird angles. And so yeah, I think it reminded me of the sort of grace of the transitioning of movement and planes and directions of the aerial discipline.
Yeah, totally. I mean, also on like one helpful thing, like in pole, is like, am I crossing my body or am I opening it
Yeah.
out? Right? Like that just even crossing, like to be able to cross and to open is hard for some people, like
Yes.
depending on how they were raised as an infant, which is one reason why those little buckets that people put their babies in, the worst thing you could do. I mean, put them in for a few minutes here and there, like when
Right.
you're driving in the car, but do not leave your baby in a bucket, like a bucket seat. Like we were meant to be exploring, moving, being alive, not inhibiting this shit.
Well,
Right? They're
exactly.
so dangerous. It
I
just
know.
shuts down aliveness.
I know.
And
It's
yeah, on a healthy body.
well, it interrupts the developmental process, and that's what I think, Laura, is that you have this so integrated and you explain it so well, and you can't stop. I mean, I feel like this is what's going to be a paradigm shift in fitness, because it has to be with the, like there's a whole generation of bucket seat babies, and that now they look like this. I mean, and
Yes.
nothing's going to
Like this.
change that until it changes.
Yeah.
So you can't
Oh
quit.
my
You
gosh.
can't. So thank you
Oh,
for
I'm not
teaching
quitting. I'm
me.
not quitting. But the thing about this work is that I feel like once you really understand the responsibility for being human that we
Yeah.
hold, and when you start to move your body in these different ways, you're going to start to process stuff that's been stuck in your body. And
Yes.
most people are going to the gym to avoid processing stuff. They're going to the gym to get their look on, not to get the reality of what life is, right?
I have an appointment.
Yeah, cool. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Bye, Julia. No, it's so true,
Bye.
Laura. I mean,
Let
and
me steal my earplug back.
I know, so, yeah.
And you're
So, yeah.
right that today, because I had my little note here up here on the wall for like 2-3 weeks, today as we went, I wasn't looking at it at all. I could definitely feel the flow from spot to spot. I felt it so much more. Maybe it was the energy of the room, you two doing it too.
Well,
But-
there is that, like, and when you do it with a whole group of people, it's like, I feel like there is there's the field of energy that you're moving within. Like
Yeah.
it happens when you're dancing. Like I don't really need to remember the choreography because everyone else knows it. Not that I'm
Yeah.
like looking to see what it is, but somewhere it's in the whole system, right?
Right.
So
Are you
it's super
stopping the
helpful.
recording?
I can. Yeah.
Oh, stop it. I want to show you some.
Okay. Everybody in TV land, please like and subscribe. Support me on Patreon. Do whatever you need to do, but I want to keep this coming because this is What is it?
Revolutionary.
Well, revolutionary, but this is also like master's level thesis work that we're doing here. That's free on YouTube for anyone, because it should be open. Everyone should be able to learn this stuff. It will change your life
Well,
and
it
your
is.
relationship with your body and with everybody else.
It's so true, Laura. I mean, I had a fierce outburst yesterday with my sister, and it was a long time coming. You know what I mean? It was
I'm gonna stop the things.
Oh, God, yeah, stop that.